Okie doke, scholars, we're going to take a look at a couple of strategies on how we can figure out what's going on with Kendra and her picture sharing. So on this model, it says that you can use an exponent to represent repeated multiplication as a power. Remember, yesterday we said that exponents represent repeated multiplication. We have bases and we have exponents to make up that whole relationship. So in this case, it says each hour, the number of people who share the photo increases by a factor of 2. Factor just means that you are multiplying it by 2 every single time. Let's take a look. Remember, in hour 1, the number of people Kendra shared it with was just 2 people. So that can be written as 2 to the first power because we only have 1, 2 in our expression. As we go down to hour number 2, remember, each friend shares it with 2 people. So then we got 2 times 2. Okay, so it's growing with that exponent. Here we're going to write it as a power. 2 is my base because that's what I'm repeatedly multiplying. And how many times did I multiply that 2? Twice. So then the number that sits on the shoulder of the big number is 2. As I go down to hour 3, now I got 1, 2, 3, because remember, each friend that from the previous hour shares it with 2 more friends. That's the pattern that keeps happening. So now I have my base of 2 because that's what Kendra started with, her 2 friends. Now we have it as a power of 3 because we've multiplied it 1, 2, 3 times. So this pattern keeps going. Hour 4, then we have hour 5. We have 1, 2. This picture is really getting around. Kendra should be careful. And then it could be a picture of a birthday party. It could be something nice and smiley and fun. I'm going to stop being messy. And so here now we have it written as a power of 2 to the 5th power. So when we get to hour number 6, which is from our try it problem, now here are all the people that this picture has been shared with. Now we need to figure out, if we write it as a power, what is that going to be? What is going to be the base? And what is going to be the exponent of hour 6? So I'm going to pause right here. And on the next Nearpod slide, you are going to answer that question. For hour 6, how can we write that as a power? Here it is written out in repeated multiplication. But then how do we write that in the form of a power? Remember, you need to have a base and you need to have an exponent.